The party went quiet. All eyes turned toward the big screen in the living room as Desmond asked one of his guards to play the camera footage. Vanessa's hands shook, but she tried to hide it behind a glass of wine. The video started. Everyone saw Lisa moving carefully, serving drinks and smiling politely. Then they saw the bribed waiter glance at Vanessa, nod, and accidentally spill the wine. It was clear Lisa had nothing to do with it. The crowd gasped. Murmurs filled the room. Desmond's face grew dark. He turned slowly toward Vanessa. "So, this was your plan?" Vanessa's heart pounded. "Desmond, I can explain." But Desmond raised his voice slightly, his eyes filled with disappointment. "No, Vanessa, there is nothing left to explain. You tried to shame an innocent girl in front of everyone. Do you know how wicked that is?" The guests began to shake their heads. Some whispered, "How could she do such a thing?" Others looked at Lisa with pity. Tears rolled down Lisa's cheeks. She bowed her head and said softly, "Thank you, sir, for believing me." Desmond walked over to her and gently lifted her chin. "Lisa, you don't need to thank me. You spoke the truth, and the truth has defended you." Then he turned back to Vanessa. "From the first day I introduced you to my world, I wanted a woman with a kind heart, not just a beautiful face. But today, I see clearly you don't love me. You love the life my money gives you." Vanessa's face turned pale. She looked around the room, but no one came to her defense. Shame burned her like fire. She dropped her glass, grabbed her bag, and stormed out of the mansion, her heels clicking angrily on the floor. The party was silent for a moment. Then someone clapped. Soon, the entire room joined in, clapping for Lisa's courage and Desmond's fairness. Lisa stood frozen, not knowing what to do. She wasn't used to people clapping for her. Her life had always been full of pain and insults, not applause. Desmond leaned close and whispered, "From today, Lisa, no one will ever look down on you again." Lisa looked up at him, her heart beating fast. For the first time in a long while, she felt safe. But deep inside, she wondered, could this be more than kindness? Could it be that the billionaire's heart was beginning to fall for her? After that night, everything changed in Desmond's mansion. Lisa was no longer treated like just a housekeeper. The workers respected her, the guards greeted her warmly, and even Desmond's business partners who came visiting asked about the humble young lady in the house. Desmond himself began to notice something different inside him. Whenever Lisa walked into a room, his heart beat faster. Whenever she smiled, his worries faded. He found himself looking forward to her voice, her laughter, her presence. But Lisa, though grateful for the kindness, never allowed pride to enter her heart. She still worked hard, sweeping, cleaning, helping in the kitchen. She didn't know that with each simple act, she was tying Desmond's heart closer and closer to her. One evening, Desmond returned from a long business meeting. He was tired, his face heavy with stress. Lisa saw him sitting quietly in the garden, staring into space. Without thinking twice, she brought him a warm cup of tea and said gently, "Sir, please drink. It will calm you down." Desmond looked at her and smiled. "You always know the right thing to do." Lisa shook her head shyly. "No, sir. I only want to help." He took the tea, and for a long moment, their eyes met. Something unspoken passed between them, something Lisa quickly turned away from, her cheeks burning. But unknown to them, Vanessa was still watching from afar. She hadn't given up. Her pride couldn't allow her to lose to a homeless girl. She started visiting Desmond's friends, spreading lies. "That girl Lisa is deceiving Desmond," she whispered. "She's pretending to be innocent, but she only wants his money." Some of the friends believed her, some didn't. But Vanessa wasn't done. She decided to make one last desperate move, to come back to Desmond's mansion herself. One rainy evening, just as Desmond and Lisa were sharing dinner with the staff, Vanessa walked in without notice. Her face was pale, her makeup ruined by tears. "Desmond," she cried, falling to her knees. "Please, forgive me. I made mistakes. I was jealous, but I still love you. Don't throw me away because of her." The whole room went silent. Lisa's spoon froze in her hand. Desmond stood up, his face unreadable. "Vanessa," he said slowly, Love is not shown by words. It's shown by actions. And your actions have spoken louder than anything you can ever say. Vanessa crawled closer, clutching his legs. Please, give me one more chance. I promise I'll change. Desmond looked down at her, then looked up at Lisa, who was still standing quietly, tears shining in her eyes, not for herself, but because she hated to see quarrels. In that moment, Desmond knew his heart had already made a choice. The room was heavy with silence. Everyone was waiting to hear what Desmond would say. Vanessa clung to his leg, crying loudly, while Lisa stood quietly by the wall, her hands folded, her heart trembling. Desmond gently removed his leg from Vanessa's grip. Vanessa, he said softly but firmly, you don't love me. You only love what I can give you. And I can no longer close my eyes to that truth. Vanessa shook her head, tears streaming down her face. No, Desmond, please don't say that. I can change. I'll be better. Just don't replace me with her. She pointed at Lisa with anger in her eyes. Desmond turned and looked at Lisa. She wasn't shouting. She wasn't defending herself. She was simply standing there, her eyes full of humility. That simple honesty touched him deeper than Vanessa's dramatic tears. Vanessa, Desmond continued, Lisa has nothing. No money, no fine clothes, no family. Yet she is richer in heart than you will ever be. She treats people with kindness, even when they don't treat her the same. That is the kind of person I want by my side. Gasps filled the room. The staff exchanged shocked looks. Lisa's heart skipped. She couldn't believe what she had just heard. Vanessa screamed. So it's true? You've fallen for this poor girl in rags. Desmond, how can you stoop so low? She's beneath you. Desmond raised his voice for the first time. Enough. Do not speak about her that way. Money does not make a person valuable, their heart does. And Lisa has a heart of gold. Lisa's knees grew weak. Tears spilled from her eyes. So, please, don't say such things. I'm only a poor orphan. I don't deserve you. Desmond walked over to her slowly, his eyes gentle. Lisa, don't ever say that again. You deserve love. You deserve happiness. You deserve someone who sees your worth. And I see it. Vanessa let out a bitter laugh, standing up angrily. Fine. Choose her then. But one day, you'll regret it. She grabbed her bag and stormed out of the mansion, her heels echoing like thunder. The house grew quiet again. Lisa wiped her eyes, shaking her head. So, why did you defend me like that? I'm nobody. Desmond smiled softly. No, Lisa, you are somebody. And if you'll let me, I want to make you the happiest woman in the world. Lisa's breath caught in her throat. Was she dreaming? Could it be real? The billionaire, kind, humble, and handsome was telling her he wanted her. Her heart raced. But before she could answer, thunder rumbled outside and the lights flickered. The sudden darkness left everyone in suspense. The lights flickered back on after a few seconds, and the room was quiet again. Lisa stood frozen, her hands pressed to her chest. She could still hear Desmond's words in her ears. I want to make you the happiest woman in the world. Her lips trembled. Sir, I don't know what to say. You are a billionaire. I am only a girl with nothing. People will laugh at you if you choose me. Desmond stepped closer, his voice gentle. Lisa, let them laugh. What is the use of wealth if it cannot buy true love? You have something money cannot buy, a pure heart. And that is what I need. Lisa's tears flowed again, but this time they were not from pain. They were from a joy she never thought she would feel. Sir, I have never been loved before. I don't know how to even accept it. Desmond took her hand softly. Then let me teach you. Slowly, gently, at your own pace. The staff, who had been watching quietly, smiled among themselves. Some even wiped their eyes. They had never seen their boss so open, so human. From that day, things began to change in Desmond's mansion. He and Lisa spent more time together. He asked her to join him for breakfast instead of eating alone. He showed her his garden, his library, his businesses. Lisa listened with wide eyes, always humble, always thankful. And slowly, Desmond began to see smiles on Lisa's face, real smiles, the kind she had lost since her parents died. But not everyone was happy. Outside the mansion, Vanessa was burning with rage. She sat in her car, gripping the steering wheel tightly. That girl has taken everything from me, she hissed. But this is not the end. I will come back. And when I do, Desmond will regret ever choosing her. She pulled out her phone and dialed a number. I need a plan, she said darkly. If I can't have Desmond, then neither will she. Back in the mansion, Lisa stood on the balcony that night, looking up at the stars. She whispered a small prayer of thanks. For the first time in her life, she wasn't just surviving, she was beginning to live. She didn't know that trouble was still waiting outside the gates. After Vanessa was disgraced at the party, her anger grew darker. She could not stand the thought of Lisa living in Desmond's mansion and enjoying the life she once had. This girl took everything from me, Vanessa hissed. If Desmond won't leave her, then I will make her leave him. One night, Vanessa returned with her last, dangerous plan. She called reporters and tipped them off. A billionaire is keeping a homeless girl as his lover. She's using him for his money. By morning, the news was everywhere. Lisa's picture, her background, her story twisted into lies. When Lisa saw it, her hands shook. So, maybe I should leave. People are mocking you because of me. I don't want to bring shame to your name. Desmond held her shoulders firmly. Lisa, listen to me. You are not the one who should be ashamed. Those who judge don't know the truth, and I will never let lies separate us. He called a press conference that same day. Standing before cameras, Desmond said boldly, Yes, I love Lisa. She may have been homeless yesterday, but she has a heart richer than gold. Money can buy houses and cars, but it cannot buy kindness. It cannot buy love, and Lisa has given me both freely. The reporters were stunned. Many people watching admired his courage. For the first time, Lisa realized Desmond was not just protecting her, he was choosing her openly. Vanessa, watching from her apartment, broke into tears. She had lost, not because Lisa was richer or prettier, but because Lisa had what she never did, a pure, humble heart. Weeks later, Desmond asked Lisa to walk with him in the same garden where he had first confessed his feelings. He held her hand and said, Lisa, I don't care about the past. I only care about tomorrow. Will you share tomorrow with me? Lisa's eyes filled with happy tears. Yes, Desmond, with all my heart. And so, the billionaire and the orphan began a new chapter together, not built on money, but on love, respect, and faithfulness. Moral lessons to learn from this story is that love is not about wealth, beauty, or status. It is about kindness, truth, and respect. Pride and wickedness will always bring downfall, while humility and goodness lift people up. Don't judge people by their past or present situation. You never know what future God is preparing for them. True love stands strong even in trials, because it is built on the heart, not material things. In the end, Lisa's life teaches us that no matter where you start, humility and goodness can take you higher than you ever dreamed.